Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the 2020 Small Business Celebration. Please welcome to your screen David Prente, Senior Vice President of Strategic Partnerships with the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce.
Well, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of the first ever virtual candidates showcase, celebrating all the great small businesses here in Kansas City. We're so happy to have you and celebrate again 2 days in a row. The first day yesterday, just a brief recap, it just went amazing. We had so many vibrant small businesses, 18 of them to be exact, and they really did great. The audio video worked. I kept my jokes at a minimum. It was fantastic, and we're expecting big things today. So thank you all for being here with us virtually in this crazy 2020. Back in March, this was scheduled to be in person at Union Station in a traditional sense with a booth and an exhibit, and you could engage with folks. Well, this year we've evolved, and this is a fantastic forum for you all to get to know some of these small businesses. We're excited for that. So for the next hour and a half or so, get ready to learn about some great businesses. New this year, we've added the Honeywell Fan Favorite. So those of you attending and listening, you'll receive an email from us in the coming days to vote on which of today's candidates and yesterday's that you think did the best job. This is really cool and innovative, and it gives you a voice to celebrate some of these folks. This is in conjunction with a great sponsor, Honeywell, and just another way for us to shine a spotlight on some of the great small businesses that are committed to introducing themselves to you today. So we hope that you'll reply to that survey, vote on your fan favorite, but don't get concerned. It will not affect the ultimate judging of the candidates here today. These folks are in the running for the Mr. K Small Business of the Year Award or one of our specialty awards. And we're so happy to have a fantastic slate of them today. As you guys may know, the Chamber represents 75% of our membership is small business. And that is something we don't take lightly. It is so appreciated by us at the Chamber and so cool that we get to shine a spotlight on them today. But we could not do this work if it wasn't for our fantastic sponsors. So I wanted to take a minute and thank our 2020 small business sponsors, the presenting sponsors, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, Evergy, and our CEO sponsor, Honeywell. These folks allow the Chamber to do things like this in a way that we couldn't without them. So thank you very much for your support. And then the presenting sponsor for today's Small Business Showcase, done virtually, is American Century, and they are a candidate, that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to introduce Diane Gallagher, one of the nicest people in Kansas City and a good friend of mine, to tell you a little bit about American Century and get us started today. So Diane, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, David. I appreciate that very much. And hello to everyone who's out on YouTube and to all of our amazing candidates. As David mentioned, we had a great day yesterday. We heard some terrific presentations from small businesses around the greater Kansas City area. And we saw innovation, and we heard about creativity and adaptability and how all of us here in Kansas City are getting through some difficult times together. And that's really been one of the best parts about our community. And it's certainly been on display here at the virtual candidate showcase. At American Century Investments, we're so proud to contribute to that sense of community. We've been a part of Kansas City for more than 60 years. And in that time, we've seen some of the best innovations and success stories come from small businesses. That started in basements, someone's garage, their backyard, their kitchen table, just visiting with family and friends. And our founder, James Stowers, started American Century from his one-bedroom apartment right here in Kansas City. Mr. Stowers believed in this town, and he believed in supporting small businesses and giving back. It's something that we hold very dear to us still to this very day. So at American Century, we know that small businesses are the backbone of our community. Small businesses lift up our neighborhoods, they create a sense of community, and they drive our economy. So we're proud to have been a sponsor and supporter of the Chamber's Small Business Celebration for so many years. And we're, of course, very delighted to do it this year in the most unusual of circumstances. So as David mentioned already, this year is a little bit different, and the candidates will take part in a Shark Tank style presentation. They'll have 1 minute to give their presentation to talk about their organizations and their vision, followed by 3 minutes of questions from our panel of judges. As always, the judges are anonymous. Even in a virtual setting, you'll hear their voices, but you will not be able to see them. So get ready to hear another set of great pitches today and learn about our excellent small businesses here in the greater Kansas City area. They are working toward the honoree of our Small Business Awards, which will culminate in the Mr. K Award. So I'll turn it back over to David to get started with our candidates.
Thank you, Diane. You truly are one of the best, and we love American Century in Kansas City. So thank you very much. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. We rocked it yesterday, and I expect big things today. Our first candidate is an agency that helps people and brands connect deeper, more meaningful ways by decoding, tuning, and amplifying the signals that each sends to each other. Please welcome Signal Theory.
Hi, good morning. I am Allie Mahaffey. I'm co-CEO of Signal Theory. We're a brand development, marketing, and design firm. My other my co-CEO, John January, couldn't be here today because he just started his month-long sabbatical. We introduced sabbaticals as a way to really let employees get away, recharge, and hopefully immerse themselves in new experiences or a new culture. And we're encouraging that through our travel reimbursement as part of the program. Sabbaticals are just one piece of a major benefits overhaul we completed in 2019, which also includes a robust parental leave, time off to take care of new pets, and 2 community service days for our employees that they can use to work towards something that was really important to them. But it wasn't just the benefits we overhauled. We took a look at how we were going to market, our strategic process, and what we deliver to clients. And then we sent a signal to the industry and completely rebranded. And now we're Signal Theory in beautiful Westport.
Great presentation, guys. So question, with all the, community involvement has been a challenge for many businesses today, just due to the pandemic. Can you share ways that your business has stayed engaged within the community during this time?
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Hi, I am Jim Brannicar, and I am the COO of Signal Theory. I'll answer that by starting by just reiterating what Allie said, which is we allow our employees to have up to 2 days per year for community service. And just a couple days ago, we had an employee who requested to spend some time at Harvesters for an afternoon, and we approved that. So we really have been encouraging our employees in their own ways to do this. We have a group in the office that works with the Brand Lab, which is an organization trying to bring more diversity to the advertising community by having inner city high school and middle school kids learn more about the advertising industry. And we've done a couple of socially distanced tours in the building since we've been closed over the COVID timeline as one example of how we've done that.
Thank you.
I have a question that dovetails on that. So you mentioned in your application how the ad industry struggles with diversity, equity, and inclusion. What are some other efforts that you're undertaking to ensure the demographics of your workforce reflect our community?
Well, another way besides our partnership with the Brand Lab is we have a women organization within our company called Babes Helping Babes, and they are doing a lot of education, not only inside our walls, but also out in the community, that is bringing a lot of the DEI issues up and trying to work on them. And it's something that we sponsor. We have a lot of lunch and learns that the Babes Helping Babes group provides to our employees. And also we are working with the Brand Lab to do some more initiatives that we can't quite announce yet, but in about a month, we'll be announcing an exciting financial investment that we're going to make to try to bring more diversity, not only to the ad agency industry, but to Signal Theory as well. But I can't tell you about it yet because we haven't officially announced it.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Signal Theory. We're off and running, everybody. Way to go. Our next candidate is a financial planning and investment firm. They help people enhance their quality of life through financial planning, with a location in Midtown and in Wichita. Please welcome our next candidate, BMG.
Hi, I'm Jen Malone.
And I'm Adam Hawley, and we're the partners at BMG Advisors.
We're a financial planning firm here in Kansas City, and tomorrow is our second birthday.
We set out to build a firm that we can deliver on our commitment to plan your story. Everyone has a story, and some people take the time to plan for it.
That's right, Adam, and our company's saying is do good by doing good. We truly believe that the more good we do for our community, the more good will come our way, which allows us to build on our momentum.
We're committed to helping anyone who wants help. At BMG, we don't have minimums, we don't make commissions, and we are committed to helping families thrive.
And we're a true team. Everyone here works to support our clients.
So whether you're getting ready to retire, running a small business, or just starting out, we have the ability to help you. All you have to do is commit to planning your story.
Thank you.
Great job, guys. So growth and sustainability is key to all businesses. If you would share how or if your company stayed the course to your business plan, or during these times, have you had to become creative to ensure continued growth and sustainability?
Sure. So these are the types of environments where financial advisors either thrive or die. And so during this time, our team grew together a lot. We reached out to clients a lot. There's a lot of chaos in the world right now. And so it's really important that we are constantly communicating with our clients via email, via Zoom, changing the way we deliver that service to clients to be virtual and meet them where they are. And that's been really important. The other thing is we're growing right now. So Adam, you want to talk about a couple new programs that we just launched?
Sure, yeah. I think the one that we're most excited about right now is, as we said in our pitch, we're committed to helping everyone. And that's not really normal in our industry. A lot of places have minimums. So we launched a new program called Prologue. And Prologue is the beginning of your story. So it's for people that generally are in their 20s to 30s that can have professional financial advice for a small monthly fee, and they can cancel anytime. It's our job to provide the value to them.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. So, as a financial advisory firm, certainly your wheelhouse is wealth creation. What are you doing to help actively bridge the gap in wealth creation in Kansas City?
Absolutely. So one really important piece to us is having equity and servicing the wider community. And shame on this industry. I think we have really gotten away from that over time. People have moved out of the cities. They've moved, no offense to anyone that's not located in Kansas City, but we've got to do a better job of building up people around us. So a couple of things that we've launched. We do have an equity statement that we're holding ourselves accountable to. I know that's a start. We did send that out to our clients and out to our centers of influences. Big part of that is we really want to work towards a culture that's 50-50 women and people of different colors than myself. And so it's really important to us that we live up to that, we seek that out. And that's not something that's easy to do if you're not intentional about it. So we've revamped our internship program. We're working really hard to provide opportunities to people who maybe don't even know this is a career path they can take. Other pieces that we're working in over the next 3 years, I would say, is partnering with some nonprofits in the area to build out a CFP mentorship program where we're attracting people of different ethnicities to really learn and shadow and grow in this industry so they can get back to the communities they came from. I'm sorry, didn't let you talk. Thank you.
All right, you guys did great. You guys did great too. I had a prompt there I wasn't expecting. I need to pick up my game, so thank you, BMG Advisors.
Thank you.
Our next candidate is a management consulting firm that helps businesses and organizations offer tangible results and real outcomes. Please welcome our next small business core catalyst.
Can you see me? Good morning, Kansas City. I am Jim Waddell, a managing member and founder of Core Catalyst. Our thanks to the Chamber and to the sponsors for this year's program. We are very thrilled and excited to be nominated this year. Corgales is a management consulting firm based in Kansas City, and we serve clients across the U.S. in various industries through most of our clients are based here in Kansas City. We have two separate service offerings. One is a project-based consulting services, while the other is called Executive on Demand. Each offering is based on our key ingredient and economic engine, our people, combined with processes, tools, and templates that we've perfected over the years. We don't produce and sell widgets. We sell our expertise and know-how applied to business issues in order to produce results. Corgales provides services such as strategic planning, growth services, process improvement, program project management. All this is provided through a team that's composed of results-oriented individuals.
Thank you. So during this pandemic, many businesses have experienced employee engagement, morale. What are you guys doing? Share some ways that your company is ensuring that your employee engagement and morale is at a high level.
Sure, that's hard to do. So with periodic check-ins, we've done a 1 or 2 virtual happy hour type things, which are not that great, but it gets people connected. More email communications, more check-ins with people to see if they need anything, any help, and just making sure that we're aware of what they're doing. We are going to try something live here in another few weeks in terms of getting people out where they can be outside, at least seeing faces as well.
Thank you.
One of the things that you talked about in your application was building a culture of community involvement as an ambition. What are you doing to start that process today, and what do you hope the impact of that will be?
Okay, so first off, when we bring people on board, we say that it's important and that we don't want to be infringing on their causes. So if they have causes, we want them to bring them to the table. What charities, what associations are things that they're involved with, and how can we support that? Some cases that's writing a check. Sometimes that's going out and attending an event or supporting event type of a thing. We have our own set of things that we do throughout the year. A little harder to do in the last several months, but we do have fun things planned. We've got our United Way campaign coming up, which we're going to do a virtual auction, and people are going to clean out the garages and auction stuff out for the team members. So we're hoping that's another way of getting people out and about.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Core Catalysts. The next candidate calls themselves KC's first unagency. They merge executive level marketing and business strategy to provide marketing solutions for clients. This woman-owned business serves small to mid-sized businesses herself. Please welcome to the showcase, Crux.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone. Malia McCrae, founder and CEO of Crux. As David mentioned, we're a marketing firm located in the Crossroads, and we love to refer to ourselves as the unagency. We're really a hybrid of full-time employees meets traditional ad agency. And we like to call our approach door number 3. And we feel it's a third and better option for our small to mid-sized business clients. We lead with strategy, but we're storytellers at our core, and we really are a full service marketing team for our clients. We launched in 2016. We actually just celebrated our 4th birthday 2 weeks ago. So we started with 1 employee. We are up to 12 FTEs. We actually just recently hired 2. We doubled our square footage in the Crossroads in early 2019, and we are getting ready to triple this square footage in early 2021. We're big advocates of giving back to the community that has helped us be so successful thus far. And we launched 2 new programs earlier this year, 1 targeting entrepreneurs and 1 targeting nonprofits. Our goal is to leave a legacy bigger than us to Kansas City. As a business owner, I am most proud of the team that we have developed and our culture. It's truly based on trust, respect, and collaboration. I feel that we embody the spirit of Mr. K by starting a business, growing a business, hiring talent, improving lives, and giving back to our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Many businesses I've noticed have been scrambling throughout the Kansas City region. Share with me, if you would, just some different creative ways that your agency has, worked with some of these area businesses to help them kind of become more out front?
Yes, actually, one of the programs that we launched in January of this year was to provide free marketing services for a selected nonprofit for the course of the year. And so we partnered with one called People of All Colors Succeed. Fell in love with the mission of the organization and was really captivated by the founder of that organization. So it was an easy selection for us. And so we're off and running, building their social media presence, designing a website for them. We actually kicked it off by really shoring up their brand and their messaging. So that's been a really meaningful and fun project for the team. In addition, it's really important for us to get back to entrepreneurs to help them really launch their businesses on the right foot. And so we developed 4 different programs, if you will, aimed at that recent startup, that new entrepreneur, so that they can really hit the ground running and launch their businesses with the right foundation in place in terms of a strong brand, strong message, a website, et cetera. So I think that's been just really amazing for the team, especially in this very trying year of a global pandemic.
Thank you.
How do you encourage your employees as your team grows to live your value of behaving entrepreneurially?
So we have an Employee of the Month program that we actually launched in January of this year as well. And that individual is voted on by their peers, and they have to display the values of Crux, which tie back to an entrepreneurial spirit. We created these values together. We actually used the acronym Team Crux, trusting, entrepreneurial, accountable, motivated. I think that describes most entrepreneurs. Collaborative, respectful, unrelenting, and exceptional. So those that embody those values get selected. They get voted on by their peers and then selected. And we praise that individual at our monthly meeting and give them a gift card to the local Crossroads restaurant of their choice. And they get to basically wear that badge for the month. So that's been really special too.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Joe Reardon, President and CEO of the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce, and I want to thank all of you for attending our Small Business Showcase event virtually today. The Chamber is as committed as ever to small business and working with small business to be successful in Kansas City, and we're so proud of all of those businesses that are being acknowledged during the showcase. We just have unbelievable small businesses in Kansas City that are doing their darndest even in the midst of COVID, and we're here to help in any way we can. And for those of you that are viewers today, don't forget to vote for the Small Business Fan Favorite for both days. And thanks so much for being a part of this great event. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Joe. Joe was wearing that same shirt yesterday, so I guess laundry maybe? Our next candidate is an industrial power manufacturer that integrates renewable and traditional energy into pre-packaged turnkey solution. They created the Hybrid Cube, which combines wind, solar, battery, and energy in a generator. Please welcome our next candidate, HCI Energy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Heller, President of HCI Energy. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. HCI is an industrial power solutions company that has a unique design when it comes to power on demand through renewable energy. Our flagship product is the Hybrid Cube. Integrating solar, wind, battery energy storage, and a traditional generator, we've created an optimized hybrid solution, saving our customers time and money while also reducing their carbon footprint. Our concept is simple, but our application is unique. Use free renewable energy to power customer needs, optimize battery energy storage, and run the generator as little as possible. The Hybrid Cube has been deployed nationally and internationally to customers like T-Mobile, Motorola, and CP Rail. We've received several awards from the Air Force and Navy, and last week won the AFWERX Base of the Future Challenge. We're also particularly proud to have worked with Bahama Telecommunications in their response to Hurricane Dorian. HCI's success is due to our employees. As a small business that is transitioning from startup to growth, most of our employees have been with us from the beginning, worn many hats, and been key to shaping our company. We're proud to represent Kansas City, proud to represent green energy, and thankful for this opportunity.
Great job. So you speak a little bit about your employees. Share with me ways that your company is ensuring that employee engagement remains high during these times.
Sure. Part of that response would be COVID. Part of it would be about our product itself, and that is that we have an innovative way that we do renewable energy or integrate renewable energy. And so we've asked all of our employees to be entrepreneurs. So they're busy every day trying to make our product better. So they're very engaged in what they're doing. What we do to combat COVID and what we had going on there, we're a manufacturer, so we had some people that had to be hands-on to keep up and running. Because we're in the telecom space and power, we were deemed essential, so we did have people that were working through the entire COVID, continue through the COVID crisis that we have going on right now. But mainly what we've done is ensure their safety here at work, make sure that we're maintaining all of our social distancing. We've allowed employees that can to work from home, given that opportunity, unless they're essential to what's going on currently. We've allowed them to stay home. And then we just continually communicate with them. We have at least bi-weekly, if not weekly, emails that go out to our employees, giving them updates not only on what's going on in Johnson County, what we're doing here in the office, and making sure that they feel comfortable while they're here working for us.
Thank you very much.
Certainly, you've built a very innovative product. What are you doing to engage in the entrepreneurial community and help foster a regional culture of innovation and entrepreneurship?
Yeah, sure. But because of the uniqueness of our product, it's opened the doors to many areas inside of Kansas City. We use local manufacturers to produce portions of our product. So they're definitely engaged in what we're doing. We also work with UMKC, and we have been partnered with others that are doing modular designs for growing food in containers, that we're a power solution that can attach to what they're doing, not only in our local communities, but worldwide. So we're working with UMKC. We've also been very involved with Johnson County Community College, which has actually opened the doors for us in many ways to the military, from disaster relief to FEMA to actually being able to go out into the field with and deploy our units. So through those relationships that we have, we've been introduced to others as well as they've been introduced to us, and creating unique ways to go to the marketplace with innovative ideas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfectly wrapped up. I'll call that a buzzer beater. Good job. Our next candidate was once the largest mail order whiskey house in the United States until Prohibition hit. Nearly 100 years later, in 2014, the business was back up and running. Please welcome our next candidate, Jay Rieger.
I'm Andy Rieger, president of Rieger Co, Kansas City's most storied and largest distillery. The distillery was originally founded by my family back in 1887, but closed due to Prohibition. We've been back since 2014, with our booze now distributed in 23 states. Last year, we renovated a massive historic structure for our world-class distillery and visitor center, attracting more than 80,000 visitors in the first 6 months. In March, we pivoted to produce 250,000 bottles of sanitizer for our community, keeping 60 people employed full-time. Now we are looking to the future, with several company-altering developments on the horizon. Prohibition took us out, COVID tried its best, but with a lot of hard work and a little sanitizer in hand, we are committed to continue to make Kansas City oh so good.
Hello. So we recognize that you have added hand sanitizers into your product portfolio because of COVID. Tell us about how this came about and how do you feel this might contribute towards your long-term success?
The sanitizer actually came about with a request from a nursing home that asked if we could produce enough for just them. And as we discussed as an entire team right when COVID began, we started to see there was going to be a much bigger need in the entire community. So everyone on board in our entire company wanted to make the shift and really wanted to be a part of it. So our entire team bought in, and it looks like pivoting a business is very difficult, but when you have complete buy-in from every single person in the organization and everyone wants to work full days during the middle of a global pandemic, it really makes it easy to do a pivot just like that.
So in the video, you reference that in the future, and hopefully you can speak to this, hopefully it's not private, the several company altering initiatives. Do you want to speak to what that looks like?
Several things are currently under NDA fashioned, and we have some very large expansion plans, though, in addition to investing in a few other businesses in the Kansas City community and really trying to take them to the next level as well. So we really see the next 18 months for us being something that we would have thought our previous 18 months defined who we are, but we really think that this next 18 months is going to really be what everyone remembers us as.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Finished early. Way to go, Andy. Thank you very much, Jay Rieger. Our next candidate is a premier caterer in the Kansas City area. For nearly 30 years, they've been providing event and catering services for every occasion. Please welcome Lon Lane's Inspired Occasions.
Hello, my fellow members of the Chamber. I'm Jamie Steinman, owner of Lon Lane's Inspired Occasions, founded in 1991 by Lon and his wife, Marcia, and acquired by me in October of 2019. As I was doing my due diligence, I knew I was evaluating Kansas City's premier catering company. But as I looked through the pages, and as you look through the pages of our application, I hope what pops off the page is the philanthropic nature and dedication of this brand over the years. Hundreds of thousands of dollars on an annual basis Lon Lane's has generated for organizations across the metro. And none of that would be possible without an experienced, tenured, passionate staff of event planners, chefs, on-site chefs, bartenders, servers, all looking to support and continue to be the best catering brand in Kansas City. Thank you very much in advance for your consideration of our Mr. K application. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. So, of course, due to our current landscape, your business is centered around inspiring. Tell us about what are some things that you're doing today that might be a little different that will help maintain that inspiration and growth for your business.
Well, I think in the last 5 months with COVID, we made a major shift. Obviously, gatherings are very different in this time frame. And the biggest and best thing we could do is continue to serve Kansas City and serve our clients, but just in a little bit different way, still inspired. I think what makes us different as we shifted from in-person gatherings to delivery is that we have created a new weekly menu each and every week that our clients can order from as we deliver Tuesday through Saturdays between 4 and 6 p.m. So that's a little different than a traditional restaurant offering curbside or delivery. Our clients and all of Kansas City get a chance to have access to a new menu each week. And I can't think of anything more inspired in our industry than creating different food each and every week. Our executive chef, Stuart Lane, and our entire team are staying motivated by having that creative opportunity and that creative outlet that has otherwise been really altered in the last 5 months.
Congratulations on your business, and thank you for being here. You spoke in the video about your focus on philanthropy and how that's so important. Take me through, is this something that you brought to the table as far as the new acquisition, and what was your thought process behind this specific focus?
Thank you for asking. Lon Lane's is almost a 30-year-old brand, and Lon and Marcia really started the tradition. And truly in our application, our philanthropic contribution on an annual basis is in discounts for events related to not-for-profit, auction certificates for charity galas. Activities like that are really the way we are giving back to organizations and individuals throughout Kansas City. So that's really the two main activities. But when you look at the last 5 months, we've been able to have even more impact in the community. We've partnered with the Kansas City Girls Preparatory Academy, and we've been delivering breakfast and lunches and homework every Monday to their students and things like that. Buzzer beater.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
I'm sorry to cut you off. You're doing great. It's lunchtime and we're all excited to hear about food. So thank you very much, Lon Lane. Our next candidate is also an eatery, a bakery, and a cakery centered on the food and drinks and the gathering and creativity. They were founded in 1945 in Waldo and just opened their 4th location in Shawnee. Please welcome to the showcase, Mclean's Bakery and Market.
We are honored to have people who have chosen Mclean's for making life's moments sweeter for generations. We have customers whose parents came to Mclean's who now bring their kids to Mclean's, from Saturday morning coffee to the perfect wedding cake. Regularly scheduled community events include block parties, free cookie decorating, and collaborations with other local businesses. Our last block party had nearly 500 attendees that had a significant positive impact on the neighborhood.
Great. Good morning. Thank you. So within your application, you talk about how you took over or changed ownership back in 2014. During that time, what was the most successful change that you implemented that you feel contributed the most to your success today?
Sure. One of our biggest focuses was focusing on the community and the neighborhood we were in Waldo. So we immediately spent lots of time and energy adding in more seating, adding in a bigger coffee bar, really promoting excellent customer service and encouraging families to come in regularly. And we immediately saw an increase in families coming on a weekly basis, daily basis. And Jeff and I here spent the first 2 years pretty much behind the counter every day to try to gain that trust from the community.
Thank you. So clearly you're really focused on the community and engaging with the community, giving back to the community. I'd love to hear what your approach is and how you attract top talent that have that same values as you do and want to continue the wonderful tradition that you've created.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think talent is definitely a hard thing to find. We definitely look at the person first when they come in. We have lots of people that have been with us since 2014. So we've had, I can think of about 10 employees that are coming all up on their 6-year anniversaries at Mclean's, and a lot of them didn't have any baking experience, which we kind of like, having people come in that are willing to learn and willing to jump in with the team, because we didn't have any experience with baking when we started too. So it's more about kind of how you're able to jump in and be a team player than the talent. But I think that fostering the talent and giving people the ability to learn and grow in that is definitely important for us. We started a coffee company through this that one of our employees was just passionate about. He was passionate about coffee, and we serve a lot of coffee. So we ended up buying a roaster and just kind of invested in him and his talent, or in his growing talent. So I think that kind of is part of what Mclean's is, and we like being able to do that. So
thank you so much.
You have the right to be uncommon if you can. That's what Mr. K believed about entrepreneurial opportunity. I'm Melissa Roberts Chapman, and I'm with the Kauffman Foundation, where we work with Kansas City's entrepreneurial community to bring to life Mr. K's vision of a city in which everyone has the opportunity to start a business. In times like these, you've got to celebrate your successes, so please join me in congratulating these exceptional entrepreneurs and enjoy the pitches.
Thank you to the Kauffman Foundation. Such great partners, and amazing that we have them here in Kansas City. We're at halftime, I think, or pretty close to halftime. So orange slices and a little stretch, a little commercial break. This next candidate is a consulting firm specializing in helping clients maximize value from their technology investments. They resell, implement, and support the NetSuite portfolio of cloud solutions. Please welcome Meridian Business Services.
Meridian is an award-winning professional services organization based in Overland Park, Kansas. We have more than 15 years experience as an exclusive NetSuite solution provider. NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP platform for small business and is utilized by over 30,000 organizations globally.
We serve our clients with a financial first approach, understanding how technology and our vast experience of financials can help them leverage everything they need.
If you've outgrown your legacy ERP or need to expand beyond QuickBooks, call Meridian first. Most of our team lives and works in the greater Kansas City area, and we strive to help small and medium businesses gain value from their investments in technology. We'd like to wish congratulations and good luck to all of the Small Business Showcase candidates, and we thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. Congratulations, first of all. I would like to mention in your application, you talked about how all tides float boats. Tell us a little bit more about how your business contributes towards this philosophy and how you like to maintain your community involvement.
Right. So from a community involvement standpoint, Meridian believes in participating in boards, and our membership of our leadership sits on 3 or 4 community boards. We do some pro bono work in helping organizations just understand the dynamics of technology and what it can mean to them to keep pace and the competitive threat of not doing so. We've started and worked with a couple of our technology partners to build out a supply chain networking organization. We've worked with the Kansas City Smartport in that vein and have held quarterly panel-driven exercises to look at artificial intelligence, blockchain, 3D printing, things that small and medium businesses may not think about. Every day, investments in that vein coming down the pike are very important. Recently, we've also partnered with the Missouri Manufacturing Enterprise Group and its partner organization, the Kansas Manufacturing Solutions Organization, to get connected with local manufacturers.
Thank you. I would love to hear your short-term vision as technology is changing, so rapidly in the industry you're in. How do you see your business in the next couple of years? What's your vision?
Sure. We support small and medium businesses, and obviously with the pandemic situation, you've seen a growth in e-commerce that's unprecedented. The expansion of that mechanism or channel has grown by more than in the past 10 years combined. We've invested in building out an e-commerce practice in addition to our more traditional fulfillment and financial practice around the NetSuite platform, so we can bring that to the small and medium businesses in the 4-state area.
Thank you, and welcome again.
Thank you.
Coming right along. Thank you, Meridian. This next candidate is a coffee, bread, and pastry company. They focus on quality products and ethical sourcing. You can find their products in coffee shops across Kansas City. Please welcome our next candidate, Messenger Coffee Company.
Messenger Coffee and Ibis Bakery serve and respect every hand before and after us in the supply chain, making choices that reflect ecological sustainability and social fairness. We are elevating standards around bread, pastry, and coffee to establish ourselves as authorities in our industry through hospitality and quality. Founded in 2013, our ethically minded coffee roasting company and artisan bakery are housed in a collaborative production space with a retail coffee bar and kitchen at Messenger Cafe in the Crossroads. We believe that quality starts at the hands of the farmers and producers of our core products, coffee and grain. Engagement at the farm level helps us make buying decisions that are fair, sustainable, and have a lasting impact throughout the supply chain. We commit a portion of our profits to improving the farms we source from and supporting the communities that house them. Likewise, we're constantly assessing how we can serve our local community. We're proud to provide above industry pay and benefits to our staff, but we know we need to reach outside the walls of our cafe too. So we seek out philanthropy by providing coffee and pastries for frontline workers, donating food to Thelma's Kitchen, raising money for Operation Breakthrough, and more. In 2020, Messenger seeks to measure its success not just by profitability and growth, but by considering inclusivity and diversity, and by asking ourselves, how can we participate in meaningful change in our community?
Congratulations. In your application, you talk about your core values of relationship, quality, and service. Can you share more about how this ties into your community involvement as well as your growth initiative?
Absolutely. A great spinoff on our core values conversation, especially as COVID and pandemic world struck, is we needed to reevaluate our core value set and make it more approachable for our employee base as a whole. How could they act under the umbrella of quality, relationship, and service? And so we kind of whittled it back down to another set of core values that can be embodied by every single person in our organization. And those fell under a new category of positive enthusiasm. We wanted to see and experience joy, both between our coworkers and for our customers. We wanted to have better, honest, and transparent communication from leadership to staff, from staff to customer. We wanted to see all of our employees have, and leadership have a mindset of being teachable. So having that willingness of not only being able to receive constructive feedback, but also to share knowledge. We also wanted our staff to embody integrity. So the quality aspect of what we do needed to be coming out in the integrity of their work and the compassion they showed to each other. And then being a good teammate, being dependable and accountable in all of your actions. What can I do and what needs to be done? So all of those things helped us really actually achieve quality relationship and service and execute a customer service program in the midst of a wild upheaval of pandemic world.
Thank you. I would like you to expand a little bit. Clearly, culture and values is one of the answers, but expand beyond that to what are your plans to continue to put your brand above, all of the standing out in the coffee industry?
Yeah, the Kansas City coffee community is an incredible community. Each one taking a unique position and stand. And so we rely on others to teach us how to get better. And part of what we realized during this time is that we needed to equip our staff to be more engaged, to allow them to take and embody their own identity at work as well as outside of work. So we created some space for our staff to engage in the Unity Walk or the protests, and engage in conversations, engage in groups type settings. And we are scheduling a team hall to understand where our employees at, how can we do a better job of listening to them. We want to do a better job in our hiring practices and accepting more applications from a diverse employee set of group of people. So we're just really excited about the future of culture.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
That looming face of me cutting you off. Thank you. You guys are doing great. This next candidate is a marketing consultancy that's one of Kansas City's fastest growing companies. They specialize in brand strategy and jumpstarting marketing initiatives. Please welcome Native Digital.
What's essential? What isn't? Right now, people are making those decisions. Some organizations see creativity and marketing as not essential. It's an expense. Our clients tend to see it as a mechanism for growth, and we tend to agree. We always have. 5 years ago, about the same time the Royals were winning a world championship, we started building the team from the ground up based on clients' needs. Our clients asked us for more visibility into the process, so we gave it to them. They asked us for modern techniques, so we staffed for it. Ultimately, they asked us for business impact. So whether we start with brand strategy or jump straight into performance marketing, we're getting pretty dang good at generating leads and online transactions. So that's us, Native Digital, the brand and marketing firm acquiring customers where they live, online, especially now. And as you can tell, we take ourselves pretty seriously.
Hey, Native Digital. In your application, you guys listed some big name clients in town that you work with. What did you do to differentiate yourself, and how have you leveraged those clients and your passion for the region to grow your business?
I think the thing that each of those clients would probably say stands out is they're looking for a team, and you can find that team in all shapes and sizes. There's a lot of options when you're looking for a marketing partner. And I think the bottom line was when they met our team, they could see that they found people that were driven, had expertise, and were going to deliver for them. And I think that's what they were looking for, and that's why they chose us.
And I think another addition that we bring to the table is our team wants to make that in-house team better, stronger, and almost essentially hand things over to them. So as we are doing our work, we're doing it in full visibility so that the client is able to see exactly what we're doing and how, often sometimes working our way out of a job. But what we find is that everyone's happier at the end, and then they find another reason to hire us on for another project.
Thank you for that answer and that great video. That clearly showed the passion and culture that your company has. And one of the things I was impressed of from your application is you clearly have a great focus on the development of your people. And in particular, I was impressed with your 3x3x3 program. And I'm interested in hearing a little bit more about that and maybe some of the other things you do to focus on development and innovation and your people.
Yeah, I mean, that's some of the most rewarding pieces of what we do is taking people who are already so talented, so driven, and then how do you help them level up in their career? Part of that is by making sure that they're always challenged and they always have more that they can do to prove themselves. But yeah, the 3x3x3 program, it's basically just like a mini sabbatical, right? So I think there's all of us, especially the ones who really are dedicated towards our craft. Sometimes we put too much attention into that, and there's always that thing that we wish we could carve out some time to do and take on. And so every 3 years, people get 3 days, they get a little money in their pocket, and we ask them to take on something that either helps someone else or is a challenge for them to take on. We just ask that they come back with 3 photos to show what it was that they've taken on. And it's a lot of fun to see what people take on because it is across the spectrum. But people always come back recharged, feeling good about that. And we've had some people who are now going to be approaching their second one. So that's just one of a couple perks. But I think ultimately when it comes to culture, perks is one thing, but it's really this culture of trust. And how do you have a work environment where people will trust the person next to them and everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody feels like they have, a hand on the steering wheel and feels like there's momentum behind us and we're going somewhere together.
Thank you.
Perfect. Well timed. Our next candidate is a public relations firm rooted in Kansas City. They are a service-disabled, veteran-owned, and minority business enterprise that has worked on projects like the KC streetcar and the new single terminal project at the airport. Please welcome Parson and Associates.
Good afternoon. My name's Jason Parson, president of Parson and Associates. I started Parson and Associates when I came back from war. It was very important for me to figure out what I could do to serve our community just like I did for our wonderful country when I went to war.
I'm Alex Miller, Senior Communications Strategist. No one does what we do at Parson. We meet Kansas Cityans where they are, providing intentional and meaningful engagement opportunities throughout the Kansas City region, ensuring private and public projects reflect the communities that they serve. Our mission is to engage people and tailor messages to build a bridge between complex ideas and common sense solutions.
And we've been very fortunate here in Kansas City to be a part of many of the iconic projects that we're all familiar with, whether it's the Kansas City streetcar starter line, or it's the Kansas City KCI New Terminal project, which is transformative for many minority and women-owned businesses, or even our Kansas City, Missouri Water Department's Keep Out the Rain program, for example. All these projects have made a meaningful impact to our community. But lastly, what we're most proud about is our community efforts that we have. For example, one project is Project MRE. MRE stands for Meals Ready to Eat. And to date, we have delivered over 1,000 meals to veterans, whether they're homeless, sick and shut in, but throughout the Kansas City metropolitan area. And that's something that we're very proud of.
Thank you, guys. Jason, you have some deep roots in the Kansas City community. How have those roots helped influence the projects that you work on as an organization and grow your business?
I think the deep roots I have in Kansas City, they taught me the value, work values, and also has given me a great appreciation for Kansas City. So for example, our office is located here in the Jazz District, and that, as you talk about my deep roots, that's what drove us to open an office here in the historic Jazz District. We could have opened it anywhere, but for us, if we're going to walk the walk and talk the talk, we need to also make sure that we plant our roots in a place that reflect who we are and what we do.
Thank you for that. Your company is clearly founded on a history of service, both from your military background, Jason, as well as just what you so clearly do as a company for the community, and thank you for that. How have you taken that service mindset and really embedded that into the culture for your firm?
Great question. So everything we do is about service, and for us, it's not just serving our clients throughout the city, but it's about leaving a lasting impact in this community. In the military, we have a phrase that says, "Some give all." It says, "All give some, but some give all." And for me, here at Parson and Associates, what can we do that will be a lasting impact for generations? Whether that's our Project MRE, whether it's serving on boards or volunteering, but it's not about us, it's about others.
Thank you, and congratulations on your success to date.
Hello, I'm Ellen Fairchild with Evergy. For many years, we've been a sponsor of the Chamber's Small Business Initiative Celebration. At Evergy, we believe small businesses are the backbone of our community and our region and are proud to be the energy behind them. As we all navigate these unprecedented times and look for ways to continue to keep this sector of the economy thriving, we are excited to join with you and the Chamber as we celebrate the spirit, the ingenuity, and the energy of our small businesses. Their resourcefulness, courage, and commitment have never been more important. Please join Evergy and me in congratulating all of our great Small Business Award candidates.
I'll clap too. Way to go. This is live, people. Thank you, Evergy. We can not do this without your support. We appreciate it. Our next candidate started as a sporting goods store more than 30 years ago in a local shopping center and is now the leader in online sales of baseball bats and gloves. Welcome, Pro Athlete.
Hey, Andrew, great video there. I think a lot of people that know Pro Athlete probably know you guys have some amazing employee benefits and great perks there at the office. As the pandemic has unfolded, how have you evolved your engagement with your employees when they may not be able to come in?
Yeah, great question. It's definitely been challenging, but I think we kind of just doubled down on our core values and really, asked ourselves, what do we stand for? Because when times get tough, it's easy to kind of abandon those things. So we went back and looked at them, and embracing stewardship was the one that kind of stuck out the most. And so, we looked at ways to engage the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum to help them bring, the museum to people that couldn't actually go and see it during the pandemic. We did some biweekly all staff meetings where we just kept everybody in the loop with what was going on. And we had some guest speakers, Joel Goldberg, Bob Kendrick, Tommy Hotovy, a former employee and current alumni member of our company, all kind of come in and talk about, how things were going in their world, and just kind of reminding us that, times are tough right now, but, if we stick together, stick to our core values, things are going to, turn out to be pretty good. And so far we've weathered the storm okay, but it really revolved around just staying true to those core values and not trying to change what we've been known for 30 plus years just because the times got tough.
Great video. Thank you for sharing that. How have you guys been able to adapt and evolve to continue to integrate and kind of compete effectively in what really seems to be an ever expanding yet seemingly Amazon dominated world here of online retail?
Yeah, Amazon, they are taking over everything, and they've been in the space for 4 or 5 years now, and we went into kind of defensive mode for the early part of that and just said, hey, let's figure out what Amazon is going to be in the space. Don't take any big risks and find ways to differentiate what we do with what they're able to do. And so what we've started doing is, doubling down on providing, the most information and being the knowledge experts about bats and gloves, whereas Amazon's going to be more transactional. We also offer a lot of personalization on our products now, so you can put your name, number, team logo on the knob of the bat. You're going to be able to engrave wood bats. We can prep your glove to be broken in. So just trying to continue to offer services that maybe Amazon isn't doing right now, just to stand out in that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next candidate specializes in the rental of traffic control equipment to different municipalities and contractors. Founded in 2018, this company became a certified woman-owned business in its first year. Please welcome Rising Construction.
Hi, I hope everyone can hear me. My name is Angie Owens, and I'm Vice President of Rising Construction Services. As you were told before, Rising Construction Services is fairly new to this industry. We started in November of 2018. We facilitate and equip traffic control projects, one sign at a time. We are a fully insured and bonded union company. We are proud to be a female-owned organization with multiple certifications like our WBE, SLBE, and DBE for MoDOT. As I said, we are a Kansas City-owned company. Some of the things you might not know about Rising Construction Services is that we did start in part because the owner did see a need for more women-owned businesses in the construction industry. RCS does put their employees first, and they make sure that we have everything we need to be successful. RCS does take a lot of pride in giving back to our local communities through, for example, the Adopt a Classroom efforts, where we went in and spoke to students about the construction industry and hoping to get them a little bit more interested in this field. We have also participated in the Kansas City Tiny Houses for Homes for Homeless Veterans.
There we go. Perfect timing. We're going to get into some Q&A with the judges.
That was great. Thank you for that introduction. As an emerging business, your growth has been impressive and is literally rising at high speed. How do you plan to sustain this growth into the future?
Well, as you know, we have doubled our number of employees since we opened, more than doubled. We went from only 4 people starting out in the company to we now have about 15 very talented individuals in this company. The owner's goal is to continue to bring on folks with varied backgrounds and experiences to help promote that.
Thank you. Great presentation introducing us to Rising Construction. In your application, you talked about the view that culture and diversity should not be separated. Why is that important for Rising?
Culture and diversity, they do go hand in hand. The owner's goal is to hire folks with that diverse background and experience. And again, it does go along with the culture here at Rising Construction. All of us have different backgrounds and experiences, but we found that working together with those, we can do a lot.
Thank you for that, and thank you for being here today.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. You did great. Our next candidate knows how to handle difficult situations with care and empathy while offering quality customer service and professionalism. Not only do they offer funeral services up to and through the actual funeral, but they provide a year of grief support and memorial services. Please welcome Serenity Funeral Homes.
Serenity Funeral Home, my dream and aspiration was to one day own the largest funeral home in Kansas City. And in the short 5 years we've been in business, I think we have fulfilled that. We have a 26,000 square foot facility. We can seat over 650 in our main chapel, and we have numerous chapels here in our facility. We have a full display room where we can show you different merchandise items. We have full-time embalmers on staff, licensed directors. Having a full-time embalmer in your firm, that's key because we take pride in the presentation of your loved one. We operate 24/7. You can reach us at 816-599-2939. That's 816-599-2939 when it's that time. We're here at Bannister and Truce. The address is 1101 East Bannister Road.
Good afternoon. Thanks for that video, and that's an impressive facility you have there. I think what also is impressive is that your organization has done some amazing outreach to the community, including working with Mothers in Charge and providing suits to young men as part of your Dress for Success seminar. Can you tell us how those came to be?
Sure. Well, first off, I'm Fred Lane. I am the Human Resources Manager, and I also have Michael Atkins here, the owner and founder of Serenity Funeral Home, who you saw in the video. And so how that came about is that's part of our giving back to the community and supporting the community, but also with the young men about teaching them how to dress for success and to provide suits for them. In addition to that, we are not your traditional funeral home. We do things differently, and we're proud to do things differently, all the while providing great and excellent service.
Thank you, Fred and Michael, for joining us today. You guys obviously don't want to rest on your laurels, and you want to continue to grow from those outstanding facilities and business you've generated so far. What are some of the key things you're focused on to ensure that you can achieve that desired growth here in the future?
We are a big, firm believer in investing in our staff. Our staff regularly are doing either tutorials or videos or taking classes to continue to improve. Also, we are very interested in supporting college students as well, whether they decide to go into our profession or not. We just have a spirit of giving and helping others. And in addition, we have a team first atmosphere. So we work really closely together. We have a small staff, 6 full-time people, 35 part-time people. And so we continue we know if they're engaged, then our business will continue to grow as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you, Serenity. Our next candidate is a Midwest-based company that creates shark repellent surfwear jewelry. They use the science of magnets to create what many call the kryptonite for sharks. Please welcome our next candidate, Sharkoff.
I'm Shay Geist, Boss Mama or CEO.
And I'm Jeff Geist, the Big Kahuna or COO.
And we're Sharkoff, shark repellent surfwear jewelry.
You heard that right, shark repellent jewelry. This attractive bracelet repels sharks.
We know that 9 out of 10 of you are terrified of sharks, and that translates to 600 million scared tourists spending $3.7 trillion at the beach every year.
And we're here to take a bite out of that market.
And help you lose the fear and love the ocean with our shark repellent jewelry.
It's kryptonite for sharks.
You've heard that sharks can smell blood in the water for hundreds of meters, right? Well, that's true. They can also sense minute electrical impulses, like 5 1/billionths of a volt minute. They can feel your heartbeat in the water.
Our proven patented proprietary alloy, when it's introduced into water, it starts to dissolve, sort of like an Alka-Seltzer, except over hundreds of hours. This process is called hydrolysis, and it creates a mild electrical field of about 1.5 volts.
Thank you for your time and attention. Join us as we save lives, save sharks, have fun, and make money.
Hey, there's a shark behind you. Look out. Great presentation, a really interesting product. I'm curious, and I know you shared a little bit about this in your application, but I think our audience would also be curious. And how did you come up with this idea?
Well, we always like to say we came up with it in bed. Insert requisite jokes there. It was actually on a late night PBS special called Hunting the Elements. Mike Rowe was interviewing one of the scientists that had developed this technology or discovered it. And we looked at each other and we're like, why is this not a thing everywhere in every shop and every beach around the world? And we discovered that the scientists were more interested in saving sharks than people. So eventually we developed a consumer product for it.
Awesome. Thanks for your presentation. And, you mentioned that just now that your product is built for the beaches, which leads one to think about travel. So what are you doing or how are you continuing to market and gain customers with people not traveling?
That's a great question. We have been really lucky and spent a lot of time marketing last year, lots of dollars. And we have actually geofenced on beach communities over the last several months. As soon as we figured out that mom and her 2.5 kids are not going to the beach anymore, we started working on making the awareness of our product in those communities. So, and also we are taking a little snip out of the surfer diver community too. Well, that was a bad one. And so again, growing in local communities there. And we're also getting a lot of people who have vacation homes, so they feel safe heading to the beach. So.
Fantastic, great. Thank you. Well, you have a minute. One other question is, you mentioned having fun, and obviously you have a shark behind you, like the other judge mentioned. Well, how are you going to keep that when you expand your business?
I think the most important way is by setting the example, just continuing to have fun, honoring the way that our employees bring fun, when we have employees, bring fun to the job, and honoring them, combining fun and effectiveness. It's just that's our goal.
Yeah, our cheeky sense of humor and our language is literally written into our business
plan.
Keep our business plan, yeah.
Great. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to the Chamber.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We're the small business team from Honeywell, this year's CEO sponsor of the Kansas City Chamber's Small Business Celebration.
We're here to cheer on all the candidates for the KC Chamber's Small Business Awards.
Congratulations, candidates! Your small business is important to Kansas City. Keep up the good work.
Love those presentations.
Go candidates! Go KC Chamber! Go small business!
How fun is that? Thank you to Honeywell. We appreciate your continued support. Look forward to these fan favorite votes that come in here today. Maybe that Shark's going to get some votes. I don't know. This next candidate is a marketing agency that specializes in video production and content creation. They're a close-knit squad of creators, storytellers, and strategists. Please welcome our next candidate, Social Apex.
Hi, great video.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi, good morning. We're Social Apex. I'm Mark Josie, the CEO. We are a marketing agency that connects you to modern consumers. And before we talk a little bit more about that, thank you so much to the Chamber and all of our partners.
Great, thank you. I'm curious about your background. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what propelled you to start the business?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we come from a background of a little bit of corporate, a little bit of creativity, and looking for a better way to empower and reflect the community in which we serve. So, you know, my past life and Sam's past life and a lot of the folks in our business have merged together. And what we believe makes us great is that, you know, we, one, reflect the community in which we serve, and then two, is the diversity, equity, inclusion, and both, not just the makeup of our team, but also in the stories that we tell. And so we went out to tell better stories and, you know, grab a great team.
Well, thank you for your presentation. That is a good video. But you just mentioned team. And as you guys as being the founders and you continue to expand, what is the, how are you going to be able to attract that type of talent and keep them consistent with your guys' brand strategies?
Absolutely. So the methodologies that we've been deploying for the last couple of years as we've grown is just really making sure that we're telling authentic stories, whether it's through clients and their work and the work we do with our partners or work that we produce for ourselves. So we honestly don't do a whole lot of having to dig for people because we're so active in social media and active in our community. We engage with so many people from different age brackets, from different backgrounds, socioeconomic makeups. And so many people are attracted to, you know, really telling authentic stories and unpacking what that means and how to deploy that with a business to drive results that affect the bottom line. So as we grow, we're always looking for people that we always say that we're looking for people with skill, but more importantly, we're looking for people with will, because this job and telling stories that are authentic takes a lot of grit. As any marketing agency will tell you, and to find those right people, we let the community and the people we know and trust direct the right people in our path, and we haven't been led wrong thus far. So
awesome, great, thank you so much.
Well done, guys. Okay, we find ourselves at our last candidate today. Our next candidate brings people together. They are well known for their axe throwing locations, escape rooms, and even a choir bar here in KC. Please welcome to the showcase our final candidate, Swell Spark.
To you from the gathering place in Tulsa, actually, first vacation in quite some time. But let me get here on presenter view. All right, you able to see that, judges?
We're good, go ahead.
Fantastic. So I'm Matt with Swell Spark. I'm the founder and CEO. Swell Spark is our parent company. You probably know us a little bit better by Blade and Timber and Breakout KC, the #1 and #2 rated activities in all of Kansas City. We're passionate about bringing people together, and our goal is to make it easy to have fun through shared experiences, which is a real fun thing to do in the midst of COVID. We currently operate 9 locations. We serve almost 2019. We do all of our development, fabrication, instrumentation in-house. And then this last year, we actually launched a cocktail food and beverage program at Blade & Timber, but we are a homegrown Kansas City business. What's next is really a big dive into retail. I could talk all sorts about the importance of destination entertainment in retail, but I think of equal importance, our next concept is called Sinker's Lounge, which is an in-person upscale mini golf bar and restaurant that we're launching at Power and Light here in Q1 or Q2 of 2021. We received a fair amount of attention for that. We're excited to continue to bring amazing concepts here to Kansas City and try to continue to create amazing world-class fun and shared experiences right here in Kansas City.
Great, thank you. Interesting business. I love all your concepts. You mentioned COVID, and that's really what my question centers around. As you might imagine, it would have, in the shared experiences business. Talk about how you've had to pivot given the current conditions, and where you think the business might be going, given that the normal might be a different normal going forward.
Absolutely, yeah. And shared experiences, what we've realized, and a lot of people ask, how do you go from axe throwing to escape rooms to a choir bar? But at the end of the day, our goal is to create kind of these stakes in the ground where people can have the shared experiences that creates conversation. COVID, for many of us, has been that shared experience for the last 6 months. But in regards to pivot, we were really honored to work with Rieger, which honestly, I think is the most amazing business here in Kansas City. But we helped distribute over 12,000 bottles of hand sanitizer through our Blade & Timber locations to try to continue to give back to the community. With our Sinkers mini golf, we actually created an at-home mini golf game that you can play via Zoom or FaceTime or Google Meet, so that you can play with your friend who lives in San Diego or in another part of Kansas City, or just your folks. And with Blade & Timber, we actually launched one of the world's only virtual escape games. And so that's a game where there's an avatar service where we're actually going through one of our homegrown handmade escape games. But what's been really fun about that is we've been able to serve not only the Kansas City community with that, but we've literally been worldwide. Just yesterday, we had some folks who were playing our game from South Africa. And so, we are a perpetual startup engine. And while we do have, 9 locations and over 200 employees across those locations and states, we really take pride in serving Kansas City and being Kansas City first in everything that we do.
Well, and that's a great lead into my question, because considering you are growing beyond Kansas City and internationally even, why is it important that Kansas City be your home and that you have your base here?
I grew up in Colorado, and we have locations in Seattle and in Honolulu, some really, really neat places. And when folks ask, why on earth are you in Kansas City? My response every time, Kansas City is the best city in the country. And I believe that not just from a place to live, but from a startup mentality as well. And then for all the reasons that we already know, the affordability, the people who are here, the community around us, we get to and have to keep up with news at all these other markets. But what we've found, as we've talked about, is Kansas City the long-term home? And the answer simply is yes. The opportunities, the community that are here, and the fact that we get to be a part of that, the fact that we get to be one of the destination entertainment companies and concepts, it just is a special place. And it's hard to really put your thumb on exactly why. But I do think it comes back to the people, it comes back to the community, it comes back to the intentionality of the community. And I think, quite frankly, one of the reasons that we have been able to be so successful over the last 5.5 years since we've been open is because we are in and for this community, and have made a point to continue doing that.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You did it. Kansas City rocks. I think that's the conclusion there. Thank you so much. What a fun day, guys. We made it all the way to the end. That was crazy how fast that went. And maybe it was just me because I had to unmute myself 25 times. But you guys did great. I'm so impressed by the Kansas City small business community. I'm so proud of our team at the Chamber and Harvest Production that helped us produce this. Special thanks to Vicki Kulikoff, our small business director, Laura Dryden and Sydney, who are behind the scenes doing all sorts of stuff you don't want to know about to make today possible. And Taylor Hammersmith, who helped with the small business event back in March. So last thanks for me is to our judges. How cool was that? The judges did great. You guys did good at unmuting yourself too. Some really thought out questions and really got the flavor of some of these businesses. So thank you guys. And then one last for me is our sponsors. Thank you so much to Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, to Evergy and to Honeywell. We so much appreciate your support. And then I'm going to bring back up my good friend from American Century and today's event sponsor, Diane Gallagher. She's made it through day 2 of the marathon. Diane's going to close us out today. So round of applause to everybody. And Diane, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, David. And thanks to everyone for making our first virtual showcase such a great success. I know all of our candidates certainly appreciate your time and your attention and your encouragement through this process. It means a great deal to everyone. So don't forget, you'll have a chance to vote on today's Honeywell fan favorite. So check your email tomorrow for that survey. And the judges will choose this year's top 10 small businesses not long after. So those will be announced on September 4th, just before the holiday weekend. And the small business of the year will be announced in October. So you'll receive more details on all of that very soon. So in the meantime, please keep an eye on the Greater KC Chambers social media channels for all the latest information on the 2020 Small Business Celebration. Again, thank you for your encouragement, for your support, and have a great Thursday, everybody.